Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alina. I'm an aspiring artist and my main profession is that of a fiction writer. And that main profession kind of ties into this painting today. Back in 2018, at the end of April, I decided I wanted to bullet journal to better organize my time. And in order to do that, I needed to have a welcome page in my monthly setup, and I went with cherry blossoms. And somehow that turned into a tradition to paint cherry blossoms or cherry blossom tree, cherry tree in bloom, I mean, every May for my spread. And today I am doing my welcome page for the May bullet journal setup, and this cherry tree is currently being painted in gouache. You can have a nice view of my newly made custom palette, which you've seen in my unboxing video. If you haven't, I will link that video in the info bar so that you can check it out. This is all designer or artist or professional gouache, whatever you want to call it. Most of what's on this palette is from Maimeri, which is an Italian brand. Some Winsor and Newton, like two colors, the alizarin crimson and the white you see me using. And there's another color in here from the Rowney, all of it designer gouache. So last year's tree was done in watercolor. I will link that video as well because it's here on this channel. I did a lot of watercolor paintings for that setup. And this year, like I said, I'm doing this in gouache because the gouache is new and I want to play with it. I was going to try and find a tutorial for this. I found one, but it wasn't very detailed, and I don't know, it was just something I could follow on my own later, which I kind of did. And I'm kind of pleased with how this turned out. One thing I'll say, I didn't know how long it will take for my gouache to reactivate entirely. Most of these paints, the ones that had more in the pan, didn't completely dry out, so they were easy to reactivate. The alizarin crimson, I used a lot of it to do some gouache exercises, so there wasn't much of it, so when it dried, it kind of cracked a bit, so I had a bit of trouble activating it and then getting colors to the consistency I wanted, but overall it turned out okay. And I don't know if you've noticed, probably not, but I'm painting this on my new Fabriano watercolor paper that has 25% cotton. It's my best paper and I had this half of a sheet free because on the other one I have my loose watercolors, which I also painted and filmed for this channel. Again, you'll find the link in the information box. And I thought I should try gouache on it just to see how well it works, because you know, it's better paper, it should work better. I can't tell you how big the difference is because this was a rather small piece. There wasn't a huge amount of blending. I layered the petals, but that wasn't extremely complicated. I can tell you, so far it feels great and I like the look of it. I like that this is closer to white than the other paper I have, and because I left the background white, it didn't matter at this point. I'm kind of totally in love with the gouache, and the brushes I got, I don't know what to say about this. They weren't extremely expensive, but they weren't the cheapest brushes either. And they're not well glued together, so some of them just came out. Of course I can fix that with some glue. It's not a huge problem, and I like how the brushes behave other than that, so I won't complain about it much. But yeah, I'm not the happiest with these brushes. By the way, these are a new acquisition. I got them with some more gouache. I filmed the unboxing and I didn't check my phone properly, and it's vertical, but I think I can force it into a horizontal position when I edit. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that kind of annoyed me. But there will be a second gouache unboxing coming to my channel soon. I didn't get a lot of colors. I think I got about 6. All of them are Rowney designer gouache, because the site I buy them from had a 50% off discount. I think I talked about this in my vlog. By the way, have you seen the vlog? Like, I do studio vlog style things now, although I don't exactly have a studio, but you know, it's fun. You should watch that video if you haven't already. So yeah, back to the painting. It turned out better than I expected for a first attempt. Seeing how I wasn't following a tutorial, I just watched, or well, better yet, skimmed through one a bit earlier. Of course, it's not a very difficult subject. I just looked for a nice reference and drew kind of half of the tree, because I wanted to make sure this painting fit in my bullet journal when I cut it. I could have gone slightly bigger, but not by much. But I like the look of it. I like the falling leaves I added, and yeah, I like everything. This, so far, I can tell you this gouache layers pretty well. I didn't have a huge problem layering the petals. They didn't all reactivate and turn into a huge mess. I did want to tone down the contrast here and there, and that worked fine. And then I did some darker and lighter shades on the tree trunk to give it some texture, and that worked out beautifully. This raw umber though, it has like a kind of a different shade than I've seen in others in the pan, but when it dries out, it looks nice on the paper. But then again, I'm not a big expert. I can tell you so far that I will probably end up preferring the Rowney gouache to the Maimeri one. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure for now. I love them both, but I just have a feeling that moving forward, I'll probably stick with Rowney. I might not have a chance anyway, because Maimeri, like I said, it's an Italian brand, and the store I buy them from, which is like the only online store I can find decent gouache on, because it's not that popular here. They had trouble stocking stuff from Italy, but I do hope they come back. I do have acrylics from the same brand. I have student grade acrylics, not professional ones, but those were just fine and I love them. So I hope the brand will recover when things settle down. But yeah, overall it was absolutely fascinating playing with new supplies. This was actually the first piece I did with them, because everything I did so far with gouache were just blending and layering exercises. So this is my actual first piece, and I can't wait to do more. I'll probably stick to the weekend for traditional art, because I'm using my during the week practice to do Skillshare classes and learn to draw better, but I'm doing all of that digitally, because I'm thinking if I go through the fundamentals and learn how to better control my pen and pressure and everything, that will help in the long run. So yeah, there will probably be a intense gouache session next weekend. I can't wait to do the Miriam Tilson tutorials I wanted to do. There's a landscape one and an eye painting, a human eye, and I can't wait to do those. I can't wait to delve deeper into using my gouaches. And there you go, I'm splattering. I couldn't help myself. Like, I was done with the piece and I just felt it needed something more, and that was splattering, and I love how it turned out. So yeah, I can't wait for more. I can't wait for more difficult gouache pieces, and I hope to learn a lot about it and use it for a lot of future paintings. And yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this little painting, and if you want to see the bullet journal itself, I'll link to it, I think in the description, because I think I maxed out what I can link. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon, and have fun in the meantime. Bye!